Today, let's talk about over-extracted, under-extracted coffee. What is the cause? What is the problem? Now, before we move ahead, let's talk a little bit on extraction theory. What happens in the process? Now, when it comes to extracting coffee, we have two things involved in the process. Number one, we have water. Now, water is a solvent. Basically, it's a universal solvent. And on the other side, coffee do contain soluble materials. Now, in the process of extraction, water extracting compounds from the coffee, and they are extracted but not at the same rate. And that is why at some point we end up having something like this, which is under extracted coffee, and something like this, which is over extracted coffee. But how can we know that the coffee is under extracted or over extracted coffee? Based on this video, we have beginner baristas watching this video now, professional baristas, we have people getting into coffee, we have a lot of people watching this video right now. So I'll keep it simple, because the way a professional barista or the way advanced barista would describe over extracted coffee, it is different from a beginner barista. So we'll put it in the level for the beginner barista so everyone can definitely understand what we are talking in this video. So now, if we start, let's say, with 18 grams dose, which is your ground coffee, and our output should be 36 hours, which is a 1:2 brew ratio in 25 to 30 seconds, which is considered as the ideal extraction. So anything below or above, it is not accepted. So what if you extract a coffee and it's below 25 seconds? It means the contact time between the water and the coffee is not enough to extract enough compounds to balance up the extraction. So the coffee will definitely taste sour, unpleasant, lack of sweetness. Now, to fix this problem, you have to go to your grinder, go more finer. Now, when you go more finer, you expose more surface area to increase more contact time, to increase extraction. Now, anytime you change your grinder size, it's important to keep in mind that you need to grind some coffee and throw, because when we grind coffee around the chamber, some coffee stays there. So you don't push your grinder, you will definitely have the previous extraction, and that's something that we don't actually want. So it's important to always keep in mind to push your grinder. Now, we do have other things to fix the extraction, but I think grind size is the number one problem in the process. Another thing also, if you really want to improve the extraction without changing the grind size, for example, you start with 18 grams coffee, you can go up to 20 grams or 21 grams, but this depends on your basket size. Now, if your basket size is not that enough, then you have to change your grind size. But if you do have a big basket that can hold up to 21 grams coffee, then it's absolutely fine. The other thing also is temping. You should also keep in mind to temp the right way. If you don't temp well, definitely you will not have a good resistance for the water to extract the coffee. So these are some of the things, but the number one thing here, it is the grind size. And I think so because most of the time we always temp well and always use the right dose. So it's important to keep in mind. The next thing here is over extracted coffee. Now here, if you extract a coffee and it's above 30 seconds, it means the contact time between the water and the coffee is too long. So definitely the water extract more of the compounds, start to extract the bitter part in that coffee. So for the over extracted coffee, you always taste this dry, bitter, unpleasant, lack of sweetness as well. So to fix that, so you come to a grinder, you go a little bit coarser so you can reduce your brew time to balance up the extraction. And also, like I said before, depending on your basket size, let's say you start with 18 grams coffee and you notice that the coffee is over extracted, you can reduce your dose, let's say to 2 grams, to try as much as possible to reduce the resistance, to reduce the brew time. If it don't work, then you can go for your grind size as well as your temping. If you temp too hard, now some people really temp too hard that the water cannot even pass through the coffee. Now basically, I think the way to temp your coffee is around 30 pounds. We don't have that kind of equipment here to really measure, and that's just what it is. Now, if your coffee is balanced, let's say 25 to 30 seconds, you always have that balanced acidity, balanced sweetness, balanced body, and definitely you have some bitter part in the coffee, because bitterness is part of the character, because you do have caffeine. So all these things is just like understanding what is going on in the process. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. For now, I say thanks so much for watching and hope you have a great day.